is that any offer that they would consider has got to have a 2 at the front of it. So they're being flexible.
Okay.
I think maybe sleep on it tonight.
Yeah.
You've made enough big decisions for one day, haven't you?
Well, Joy did think about it and decided not to put in a higher...
With no ties or commitments, she's free to choose exactly where she wants to be. But Italy also has a very special place in her heart. So should she throw caution to the wind and buy here on the west coast of Puglia?
It's just unusual.
I'm spellbound.
Or follow her heart and buy a holiday home here on the west coast of Puglia. At 500 miles long, this peninsula has the longest coastline in Italy. In 2005, Budget Airlines started flying to its 2 airports, and you can now be here in under 2.5 hours from the UK.
Right.
Have you decided on your favourite house that Johnny showed you? What's your thoughts then? What's the reason for wanting to come and look here?
Because I love Italy.
Yeah.
And I love
An £80,000 budget here obviously will go a lot further, but I've still struggled slightly because a lot of the properties I've looked at that pretty much fulfil all of your requirements have been over budget. But the agents have assured me, on the ones that I've picked out as possibilities for us to see, that they would be willing to negotiate and the owners would be happy to consider much lower offers and in fact accept offers at the top end of your budget. Do you think you're ready to make another decision then? Or is it too much for you?
Well, I'll need
of cafes crammed into its historic walls. It's less than 45 minutes from the airport. Now officially in the cappuccino zone, aren't we?
Arrived at last.
Central old town. It's beautiful. It's just through this arch actually.
Right.
And it's a 500-year-old property. It is the ground floor just
Beautiful doorway there.
is very sweet. Now you've got a neighbour that lives upstairs and there's an empty property to the side here, but the one that we're looking at has just recently been refurbished.
Beautiful ceiling.
I thought you'd like that because the period features for me are what were really...
Unusual.
I'm spellbound.
Really? I mean, this place was renovated to sell. Downstairs bathroom, which I know you've got the mezzanine up there, which is a dining space at the moment. If you've got the mezzanine up there, which is a dining space at the moment, if you do want to do some work to this property, you're not really going to have a lot of money left over in your budget because it's actually on the market for slightly over your budget.
Right.
It's on for £92,000.
Right, okay.
Has the agent that they'd be willing to consider a lower offer, something within your budget of £80,000, because it's been on the market for 6 months and it was basically
6 months.
Yeah, and it was, which isn't that unusual to be honest around here, but it was refurbished to sell.
Definitely worth.
You've got the kitchen sink, and actually count yourself lucky because often you don't even get that.
Yeah, I've heard that about Italy.
Yeah.
You have to fit the kitchen yourself.
Right.
It's the norm.
That is the norm.
Yeah.
And it's also the norm to have quite small kitchens. Now, I mean, there is a table in here,
Yeah.
but there's nothing else in here. So once you've got a cooker and you've got some work surfaces and some storage, you're not going to be able to have an eat-in kitchen here.
No, fair enough, okay.
I mean, is that a compromise?
It just seems so
compromise.
small. I mean, is it because people cook outside?
Right here.
Good heavens.
But, wow, look at that fireplace.
Isn't it? In many ways, this place is perfect for Joy, but I knew there'd be a couple of compromises, like the light and the layout. But she won't have to make those compromises at the next place I'm taking her to see. Home. But not only does she want a sound investment, she wants to fall in love with the place too. Making her mind up proved to be quite difficult in the UK, so I'm hoping that here on the west coast of Puglia in Italy, I'll be able to show her a property that wins over her heart and her head. Location.
Heavens.
Not bad, is it?
Water so clear.
I know.
Yes.
The apartment is about a 5-minute walk from one of the best beaches in Italy. So it's a great location, really pretty village. And we're looking at this apartment up here, first floor. Yes, it hasn't got the old crumbly 500-year-old walls.
That could be a
one
bonus,
had.
though, actually.
It could be a bonus.
A bit less maintenance.
I mean, this place has definitely got certain advantages over the last place that we saw.
Yeah.
But I think keep an open mind, Joy.
Yeah,
Yeah?
okay,
Let's have a look inside.
Lovely.
This little entrance part.
Really pretty.
Yes, I like the trees.
It is nice, and it's your own private entrance as well.
Yeah.
You've got all this storage downstairs, and the stairs are only used by you.
That's good.
So this is all private
Yeah.
space. So come on in. What do you think?
Well, it's big.
It is big.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger. I mean, because obviously it's a modern property.
Really high ceilings.
And there's good and bad. I love the high colour. I don't like grey very much.
I mean, I think maybe what we should do, Joy, is have a look at the rest of the layout, because I think that is one of the big advantages this property has over the last one, and then you can compare the two. Yeah.
Yeah.
There.
Just the kitchen sink.
I love having that. I've had a lot of space, and it can look so elegant when you've got the space to use.
Absolutely, and your bedroom here is
It
and
is
you've got wonderful sea views.
Yes, I can't argue with that.
I hope not.
Yeah.
You're not jumping up and down now,
I
are you?
suppose my first reaction is just
Do you think that you could make this more attractive?
Yes,
I mean,
I'm
even
sure.
you know, without really doing very much to
Yes.
it. Do you think that you could make this more attractive?
Yes,
I mean,
I'm
even
sure.
you know, without really doing very much to
Yes.
it. You get a nice couple of loungers up here, some nice plants, maybe paint it.
So what's the cost then?
This place is on the market for £97,000 at the moment. It's just been
Right.
dropped, actually. It's quite a lot over budget, but the owners are desperate to sell it. They've moved. They lived here permanently all year round, and they've now moved back to Sicily, where they're from. And they've
Right.
opened a bed and breakfast, and they desperately need a cash injection. So
Okay.
they're wanting to sell this quite quickly. So the agent spoke to them for me, and they said that they would accept an offer in the region of £82,000, which makes it
Right.
more expensive.
There are some things I really like, and there are some things that aren't quite what I would choose.
There are strict planning laws along this coastline to protect it from overbuilding. There's a guide on how to check local regulations on our website at placeinthesun.com/programmes. Doesn't look much from out here, I know, but it's an apartment.
Great location.
Yeah.
It's about this property is it's the only one that comes in under budget.
Under budget. Oh, this is
Yeah.
really good news, Jo.
Now, come on in.
Right, I thought this was the communal entrance hall to
I know.
a block of flats.
It feels a bit like an entrance hall, doesn't it? Because you come in straight off the street.
Yeah.
But this is actually your first reception room.
First reception room.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
100 years old.
Right.
Okay.
So it's got some nice features like
Yeah.
the ceiling, some nice architectural features, but it was...
Yes.
So it's quite modern. I mean, I think you'll like the floors in
Yeah.
here.
Yes.
It's not grey, Joy.
It's
No,
not
it's
grey.
nice. It's nice. I like that.
It's a lovely size.
It's a really good size, and actually it's even bigger than it looks because you've got this big partition here. What they've done here, partitioning it off,
Yes.
making the stairs, putting a little office space.
Yeah.
So it's quite useful, but not perhaps the
That's-
prettiest.
Yeah.
This is your downstairs bedroom.
Good size.
Very good size, isn't it?
That's very exciting. This is your second reception room.
Lovely vaulted ceiling again, so
Yes.
that's good. It's darker, but then it doesn't have it's not close to a window, so.
No.
This would be more of an evening sitting room, wouldn't it? For the telly. See, that's what they do.
Yeah.
Choice of sitting room.
I mean, that's the
suddenly.
thing, or you could have it as a dining room, or you could have one or the other, because you've got the two receptions. No wonder she finds it hard to make decisions. Shall we run through them, all of them then?
Yes.
Because the first one had the most character, the most
Yes.
period features,
Yes.
but the least...
Cross that one off.
You're crossing that one off?
I think so.
Okay.
I think
We're-
Two down.
going for it because of sheer size and.
Have you been talking to her? Does you like that
no,
one?
it obviously looks better in retrospect then.
Yes, well, I've been pondering, of course,
Yeah.
ever since. And it's got a lot of space and it's got more private space as well, private outside space.
Okay, so let's move on to the last one.
Yeah.
Well, it's the only
The location and the property is number 3.
Right.
And the price.
And the price is a big,
Yes.
of course, a big attraction.
So it's actually quite a good
Yeah.
combination for that amount of...
Ask you where you're standing at the moment between choosing between the UK, all the properties that Johnny showed you in that area, and choosing between Italy. I'm not even going to go there. I'll give Joy a little longer to make the decision between home or away. But I think Johnny and I... She wants a holiday home either near Bath in the UK or here in Puglia in Italy. But she's been having trouble making up her mind. Now, though, it's decision time. Or is it? Neoclassical columns. If all this effort tires you out, why not retire for a glass of communion wine to this cooling courtyard? Despite the work that's... So, is it going to be home or away? So, Joy, the million-dollar question, have you decided where your holiday home's going to be?
I'm going to put an offer in. I won't buy something here as well. But I think I've just got to not try to do it all at the same time. Because, as we were saying, you know, you can have a dream.
What do you want to offer? Because I'll give Johnny a call. I spoke to him earlier and I know that the place is still on the market. There's been no movement with it at all.
Right.
So what are you thinking?
Okay. I think to start at 190.
190? It was on for, what, 212, wasn't it?
212, 500.
Hello?
Johnny, hi, it's Jazz.
Hey, Jazz, how are you?
And guess what? Joy's actually made a decision.
Really? And what's that then?
She's decided to put an offer on the house that you showed her in Frome.
Get in, okay.
But she wants to make a slightly cheeky offer. So I'm sure you can chat to the agent. She wants to put 190.
190.
190.
Okay, he's quite cheeky, but okay, let me give them a bell and I'll get back to you.
Thanks, Johnny. See you later. Bye. So he's going to call the agent for you.
Yeah?
Oh, there's fireworks to celebrate. Thank you. They're so happy that you made a decision, Joy. The whole town's celebrating.
What, then she's not coming?
No. You made a decision, Tony. Don't be wicked. Joy, no. All right. Speak to you later. Bye. So, very quick in coming back, but unfortunately they're not going to accept 190.
Right.